Hello YouTube, I am the Gaming Pegasus 187 and this is Friday Fight Night 15. And continuing with my Undisputed month, leading up to UFC 148 where Chael Sonnen will take on Anderson Silva for the Middleweight Championship once again. In a rematch from UFC 117, I decided to go with the lightweights today, or tonight, or this morning whenever you're watching this. And I will be playing as Ben Henderson, taking on Frankie Edgar, who incidentally will be fighting, I believe, in August for the lightweight title. Frankie Edgar getting a rematch, because as Henderson took the belt from him back in February. So, I got a little bit to talk about here. There's a couple of, let's see, next week I'll be out of town, and then in August I'll be out of town. I'll be out of town next week from the 3rd to, at the latest, the 7th. So I will not be able to join in on the big celebration of All Gen Gamers' 100th episode. They will be live streaming it at twitch.tv/AllGenGamers, and Pete Dorr will be doing a little DJ deal where he will be playing video game music in the hour leading up to it. The podcast will start at 9 p.m. Eastern. So, like, in my area it'd be 7 o'clock, but I'm not going to be there, so it's not really going to matter. I will try and make the live stream, but as far as calling in, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't. Frankie Edgar is very quick on his feet, and he is a cardio machine. I just don't know if I'm even catch the live stream. So I'm just throwing that out there that the place they're doing their live stream, and I mean it's huge. I mean 100 episodes. 104 would be their 2 years, and I believe they've only had 1 week where they did not have an episode, and that was for some technical problem that it didn't save or whatever happened. I don't remember what, but to be doing a weekly podcast and go 2 years is a feat. I don't think there are that many podcasts outside of All Gen Gamers and Video Game Outsiders that have gone 2 years. I don't know, maybe there were some that did. I mean, as far as the video game community, I don't think there are that many. I mean, Operation Killscreen had their 1 year in, what was it, I believe, just anywhere, I think it was in December they had their 1 year. I know Press Start is on episode 41, so they're going to be at their 1 year here pretty soon, but All Gen Gamers was the one that I think really kind of got the bug in the people's heads that, oh man, this is doable, and it kind of gave me an inspiration type deal where they can do it. It's kind of where the podcast I run with LMG Gaming, Botza Brand, KCoop89, and Chronolink 9, the users is kind of a spin. I wouldn't say a spin-off, or the unofficial All Gen Gamers community podcast, and that's kind of where it was LMG who got the idea to begin with. So, and then the whole thing was kind of a mess. We did a forum vote. I was one of the people that threw our names in there, and then there was some, how do I put this, cheating? I'm not going to name names, but someone went in and decided to create a bunch of fake accounts just to vote themselves up. So after all this went down, and it was actually Pete who brought it to our the attention of us that someone had created some fake accounts to vote themselves up. It ended up coming down to 5 people, and Darrow had to duck out. He has his own podcast, which is the United Gamedom, I believe, is what it is. So he decided that because he was already running his podcast, so it came down to us four, and then it was a couple months later, because of whatever reason, we were working on to get a date so we could have a set date we could record, and then all of May I was out of town, and it just not able to do anything, so it was kind of, it was a bit of a little bit of an adventure in itself to get it all together, but we did. We're on it. We just had episode 4 where we had Gamester 81 on. So, and then what's happened here is a tangent, which happens on podcast, but, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about All Gen Gamers 100th. I mean, I want to be there. I may make the live stream, I don't know, but I don't think I'm going to be calling in. So, yeah. So that's that. Again, 9 p.m. Eastern, July 3rd. Come an hour early to listen to some great video game music, and then the podcast will begin. I'm a little curious if it's going to go. It went like a little over 4 hours on episode 50. So I'm sure we'll get a lot of great questions, and there'll be a lot of discussion, and I mean, it's going to be an absolute blast. And
good hip escape from the bottom, moved into half guard.
I'll try and make it, but I'm not making any promises. And there we go, repeating myself. I don't know, maybe it's just trying to gotta fill this out, because this video is going to be around the 13-minute mark. And I haven't talked at all about the fight. I believe we're still in the first round here.
Belly to belly again.
Yeah, still in the first. But what else was I going to say? The users, let's get on that for a second. We are off for a couple of weeks. LMG is on vacation. So we are not able to, he's got to record their episodes and does all that, so we don't have to do anything, and we just show up and talk. That's it. But yeah, there's that. Let's see, we should be back. I want to say in 2 Saturdays in 2 weeks, but I don't know how long. I don't remember how long he said he's going to be he's going to be on vacation. So we're off. We're going to be off for a while, but then we'll be back and be back to business as usual. And even when I'll be gone in August, because I'll be heading out to Oregon for about roughly a week and a half. I'm going to make an estimate. So I probably won't be on the, well, I don't think I'll be online as much as I usually am, but I won't be able to record because I'll be busy, and I just won't be able to record. I'm not going to take 2-3 hours when I'm on vacation just to record a podcast. Real life comes first, and that's really kind of what this is like. When I was in May, when I don't think I got a single episode of this up in May, because real life came first. That's the thing. Real life comes first, and don't ever forget that. Because as cool as this is to meet new people online and meet great people as I've done through Pete's Game Room Forum and through YouTube, I mean, you gotta know real life comes first. And I mean, you look at like All Gen Gamers, like, you wonder how do they have the time to do all this, because they have jobs. I mean, they, like a lot of us, I mean, we're going to school or work, and we don't just sit around and play video games all day. Which is actually kind of what I'm doing, sitting around playing video games all day or most of the day, because I'm in between jobs and I'm still looking, so it's... But yeah, it's one of those things where real life comes first. Like, if whatever reason someone's sick, or prime example, going back to All Gen Gamers, when Johnny had his appendix taken out, he was not able to be there for the 50th episode.
He's got over under here from the back.
So it's honestly just one of those things where you gotta put real life first. You put your friends and family first before the internet, and that's pretty much it. Real life first. And I'm kind of not really thinking of stumbling what to say here, because I am kind of tired, and it's early, almost midnight as I'm recording this, because I was doing a lot of practicing, getting ready for this one. And you can see here, we're on the second round. You can see where my damage is, where I'm getting beat up more. And you can see you gotta manage your stamina. You have to. I mean, it's not like an old school fighting game like Street Fighter where it's just blocking, dodging, and stuff like that. There's a lot of. You gotta manage your stamina meter. You have to manage your health. You have not manage. In a way, you have to. No, well, this is kind of word blocking, but you really got to know the mechanics really well. You got to know all the ins and outs. You have to be able to sway punch, counter punch. You have to be able to know. And this is another thing. This also has the Pride mode on, as you have seen from my last one. And the big difference that I was kind of thinking about between the UFC and Pride is with UFC. You are not really, you don't have to be that careful with your takedowns when you're shooting in for like a double A or something. But in Pride, because soccer kicks are legal, knees to the head are legal, you want to make sure you're going to have a good chance of getting that takedown. Because if you get countered or blocked for some reason and end up just completely missing and then get soccer kicked into the side of the head, or you get countered and then you're in the sprawl position, your opponent can throw knees right on the top of your head. I mean, it's brutal, and there's some damaging moves. They can deal some pretty good damage.
With a counter. Solid action in that round, Mike.
Here we are getting into round 3, and I mean, don't have much left here, but I did score some pretty good pickups. I might as well go over this quick. I got Tony Hawk's Ride complete for $10 in Hastings. I got a Sega Dreamcast for $45 with 5 controllers, 4 VMUs, and 2 games. NFL 2K and the Gauntlet Legends, Gauntlet's the disc. And then I went to Plane Trade Monday, and I got a bunch of like sports games for the Dreamcast. I got WCW vs. the World for the PlayStation and Crash Team Racing for the PlayStation, along with NBA Live 95 for the Super Nintendo. But one of the games didn't work for the Dreamcast, which was a World Series Baseball 2K1. And I believe this is the end here, and there it is. I was trying to sway, but it's not working. But yeah, and then I ended up having to go and trade that, and I decided to grab another sports game. I got MLB 2000 for the PlayStation, and I got NBA 2K2 for the Dreamcast. So I will be looking to do some Dreamcast reviews now.
Once he got the mount, that was truly the beginning of the end. Yeah, here
I don't know what I'm going to say, to wrap it up here. Looks like actually this did go like about 14 minutes. So I really don't know what else to say here. This is pretty much it. I'm going to try and record the Friday Fight Night 16 with Chael Anderson 2 this weekend, and then possibly just voice it over on Friday when or even Saturday if I end up getting home Saturday. I'll get it up pretty quick before the fights start. But yeah, we'll be there for All Gen Gamers 100 again on twitch.tv/AllGenGamers. 9 p.m. Eastern, be there an hour early for the video game music, and check me out on the Users Podcast. We are on for 2 weeks. We'll be back, and then we'll be back in full force, and there we got some guests lined up for the future. I don't want to spoil it, but the future's looking bright for the users. So that is Friday Fight Night 15. Once again, I've got my ass kicked. and Pegasus out.